Hi, welcome to a new video. You join us out in the camper. We're at Clevedon at the moment, and we come down yesterday to Weston-super-Mare to get some basically like minibus seats, but mainly a quick release and some track, and that's what we did. So we've stealth camped here overnight. This is where we've parked. So in this video we'll have a wander around Weston, and I had sunset photography here and by the pier, and then just out for sunrise photography this morning. So yeah, I hope you stay with me for this video. Join us in Weston-super-Mare at the moment. Basically come down this way just to get some seats and some rails to do the bed. I'll explain about that later in the video. So we're just going to have a wander around Weston. As I'm a bit delayed in the videos, this was actually filmed in mid-August. You have actually got the pier, but that's actually a £2 charge. We didn't go down there because it is just a pier, and we've been down there before, so it was just having a wander around really. Well, we've had a walk around the town through the shops and bits and pieces, and walk along the front. I mean, like any seaside town, there's really not that much unless you want to just spend your time on the beach, which kids will enjoy that. And for us, we've put 4 hours of parking and we've done it within 2 hours. We're just having a leisurely walk around and just enjoying the warm weather, really. So yeah, the only thing is we just come past down the north end would be, and you've got the Tropicana, the building, and it's all closed and that. They just say there's redevelopment coming in, but like again, is people going to visit it? Because if it didn't stay open then, I can't remember what was there, and I remember there being a sea life centre here, but that's like a fish place or a restaurant thing. So yeah, anyway, we're heading back towards the van anyway, and then we're deciding what we're doing from there. And like I say, we'll explain about the seats when we get back. Right, we've just been back to the van for about half an hour and had a drink and just tidied up in here. We're basically by the big wheel in the little car park, just set back a little bit. I think it was like about £6 for 4 hours. You can do overnight parking here as well. And I've looked on Park for Night and there is a parking place a little bit further up. But really, it's Weston, and if you don't know me, I like my sunset photography, all that kind of stuff. So we could stay round this way, but literally, because we've got to go up the M5, just looked, and in Clevedon, there's some spaces there right on the shore again, and so what we're going to do is head that way. That's about half an hour away, which then really is half an hour closer to home. So we'll just be off there, and yeah, see you in a minute. Yeah, the old church there. Yeah. Well, we've arrived at Clevedon. We've just been into the town, even though the shops are shut, we just needed to go to the local shop. And it's a nice little town, and we've been able to pull on the front, basically, literally by where the pier is. And yeah, there's pulling spaces, and like after 6 o'clock, there is no time limits. Before, I think from 8 o'clock in the morning until 6, there are certain time limits, like it's 2 or 4 hours. So yeah, we should be able to park up here. So we just pulled up, had a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, had something to eat, because we bought some sausage rolls and some pasta earlier, so just had that, and now we're just going to have a little walk and see if I can get some nice pictures. We've just been for a walk just literally just up the front a little bit, just past the little pier that you can see in the background here. I mean, it's closed. It is open, I think, from 10 till 4 in a day, and I think prices was I think £6, but that's for an annual pass as well. I mean, we're not that far away from sunset. I mean, as you can see, there's going to be possibly a little bit of colour. I'm literally by some rocks just to see if I can get a nice picture, because like I say, I like photography and I love this, just literally just watching the sun go down. But it is getting a little bit chilly, so the missus has gone back to the van, and yeah, because like she said, I like faffing around with this kind of stuff, so she's gone back to the van. Well, I'm just sitting there just watching the sun go down. But yeah, see if I can get a nice shot. I've got a few pictures, and again, if you haven't, like I say, seen any of my other videos, have a look, because like I say, I do landscape photography as a hobby, not professional or anything else, and I don't say my pictures are any good. I just enjoy it. I just enjoy getting out and about, and again, because of my spinal problem, I can't get out that much, which is why I've got the van and why I had the previous van, which was the Peugeot partner anyway. So yeah, so I'm just going to sit here for about 10 minutes and just watch the world go by, as they say. Well, I seem to have got some nice pictures. I mean, I've been back to the van once and watched the sun go down a little bit more and everything else. Got a nice time lapse, I think, anyway. But I'm just heading back to the van. I mean, it's literally a minute walk from basically where I've just been there to the van, because my battery in my main camera's dying and I didn't bring the spare out. So yeah, I'm just going back that way. Just grab the another battery, because the sun is not that far from being set. But whatever, it's lovely. It's nice just to see people just sitting and just watching the sun go down. I like this kind of thing. So yeah, let's go and grab a spare battery anyway. Well, even though it looks bright on camera, the sun has now set. It's going a little bit dark, but the camera is making it a lot brighter. But yeah, I think I've got some nice pictures. Again, like I say, I don't come out directly for the landscape photography. I just enjoy it. Whether I get a good picture or not is, you know, it doesn't really matter, because it's getting the experience and things like that. It's like, you know, I've been sitting there. There's been a lot of people just sitting around on the benches just up above me here and just on the rocks, just watching the sunset go down. And that's what it's all about, really, isn't it? It's just getting out there and just enjoying it. And if I get a picture, that's all the best. So yes, basically I'm now heading back to the van, and yeah, we're just going to get the bed out and then just set in for the night, really, and then I will be up in the morning to get hopefully some sunrise photography. So yeah, let's get back into the van anyway and get the bed out. Oh, why does this have to be steep as well? My legs don't like me today. Because yeah, as well, I mean, this trip didn't nearly happen, because basically on the way down today, my legs just give up and everything else, and I got halfway and I was about to turn around, but I had to get these chairs because it ended up being a good deal. So yeah, like I said, let's get back to the van anyway. So yeah, you may be wondering why I travelled near enough 2.5 hours just to get some seats. I want an extra seat in the back of this vehicle. We've got the 2 seats that are here with seat belts, but I may want a third one there. But the main reason for coming down is I want these on these Unwin rails, and you've got like the quick release ones. And I've basically looked on Facebook Marketplace, and so I found someone in Weston. They were selling 4 seats. 2 of them had got like the front, the back and the seat covered, and the other 2 was just the rear padding but the metal frame, if you know what I mean, and then 2 sets of the rails. Now basically I'd looked at this, so I'll see what you think on this. He'd listed them, and I'll put the listing on screen now. He dropped them from 100 quid to 50 quid, and it just said 4 minibus seats plus belts. I'd confirmed with him that it came with the rails, so we come down, we get them, because we thought we'd make a day out of it, like we said. As I went to the shed to get them, he went, "Oh, well, how much are you expecting to pay?" Well, I hadn't even given him the cash, and I said, well, they're on for 50 quid. He went, "No, they're on for 80. And I went, "No, they're not." But then basically he said about the rails, because I said, I'm going to need to get the rails that fit on the floor. And he said, "Oh, do you want some?" And that, and he said, "Well, okay, well, I'll take 60 quid for the chairs." And I thought, well, hang on, it was 50 quid, but if he gives me some rails, we'll go with that. And so he found some rail out, which I've got like about 1 metre and 2 shorter pieces, which will do exactly what I want. Because he'd given me the one chair, I gave that to the missus, and then he bought the other one out, and then these are the full covered ones, and then he just come towards the van, and I thought, well, hang on, well, where's the other one? Because we'd already only had one set of the rails. And I said, oh, so you meant these were in pairs? And he went, yeah. He said, that's what I meant. Well, again, he hadn't listed it like that. We'd come all the way down here. I was expecting to get 4 chairs. Okay, I only needed one. I'd probably flog the other ones on just to make a few quid back. But I wanted 2 sets of quick release. But we've ended up with rails as well. We have to pay 60. So yeah, what do you think? Should I have really moaned and just said the 50 quid? But I haven't come away with exactly the same thing, but the main reason, like I say, is those quick releases, a set of those quick releases, the cheapest I can find them is 120 quid on eBay for a new set, and I can't find them anywhere close. I can find chairs, but again, I've got the rail now as well, which was brand new, is about 60, 70 quid. So yeah, in a sense, I've got a good deal. I was a bit annoyed that it was what it is, but yeah, that's the reason we came down, because I just couldn't find them anywhere else. Because we've got the chairs, even if I've got the 4, what I was going to do is probably take the legs off if I could, or the headrests or whatever, and then basically just place them in the front or at the end of the bed, because it would be cramped in here. We've got the bed out and everything else, so what we're just going to do is just watch our tablets for tonight and everything. Tomorrow morning I'm going out for some sunrise photography. I'm normally the early bird, so I'm up early, and then she can rest for a little bit. And that's what it is you'll see me then in the morning, and hopefully some nice pictures and see what it's like. I'm going to walk the other way in the morning, so see you in the morning. Well, good morning. You joined me just before sunrise. Unfortunately, I didn't have the best night's sleep. I mean, we've changed the padding and everything in the camper, and it's very comfortable. It's a lot better than it was before. But unfortunately, my back was just shot, and I was just in agony most of the night. So I've only had about 2 hours sleep. So yeah, stupidly, I get up for sunrise, which is early in the mornings. I've just come down a little bit further, down the other way now, not towards the pier, the other way, because there's like a little bandstand here and that, because the sun is rising behind me. There's a little bit of colour in the sky, and if I get a few pictures, like I always say, I get a few pictures. So yeah, let's have a look, a little wander anyway. Well, I've just walked past the bandstands that you can see behind me. I'm just walking a little bit more down. And like I say, just for me getting up, I love the quiet mornings and everything. It's just hear the birds singing and stuff. It's just nice and peaceful in the morning. And like I say, I come out for the sunrise photography, but it's just, again, like I said, at sunset, whatever it is, it's just nice to get out. And unfortunately, with me at the moment, my back has been terrible. Because like even coming down yesterday, I'd like to say I come to get these chairs because they were cheap. It was more the rail or the quick release things, and yeah, literally within half an hour of driving, my back had started gone, and I'd still got we'd got 2 hour 20-minute drive down here, and yeah, I stopped off at the services halfway down, and I was even about to contemplate going back, because it was exactly the same time to get down to where we'd got to go, which was just outside of Weston, literally 2 miles outside of Weston, than it was to back home, because I was in agony. I had to take so many tablets just to keep me going, and heat rub cream on my legs, which stinks, which the missus hates, but yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah, but eventually I did get going. As you can see, I'm down here now, and yeah, this morning not great, but again, still nice to be out. Well, there you go. There was some nice colour in the sky. Whether I've got a nice picture or two, but I just couldn't find the subject. Unfortunately, the last few months, which is why there's been a lack of videos on this channel. Basically, I just lost interest in photography. The camper van broke down, which means I couldn't get out, and then I was waiting to get the other one, and I've had to get that. Yeah, I just lost my way a little bit. But like being mornings like this, it's just like I say, it's just nice to be out, and we couldn't have chose the better parking spot in a sense. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to head back now to the van and have another cup of coffee, and then decide where we're going from there really. And that's yeah, but lovely morning and that. And I hope you've enjoyed the video so far, and if you have, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, all that kind of YouTubey stuff and that. And again, I hope you've liked the pictures I've took. Again, I don't know, I think I've got some nice ones, but I'm not too sure. So yeah, let's head back anyway. Oh, I better not forget you, had I? Well, there you go. It's been a nice trip out. I mean, it's still early in the morning. It's before 9 o'clock, but we're going to set back off now. We may stop on the way back somewhere. I don't know. Probably not, because like I say, my back is not in the best. But yeah, like I say, we just came down just to get these chairs and spent a night in it because it's tested out the new modifications I made to the bed. Again, if you haven't seen the build of these they're going to sporadic compared to some of these videos and things like that. So again, like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff, and then you'll see the van converted properly, because as you can see, it's not in the best of states. So anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. So bye for now, bye. Basically by the big wheel, ain't we? Yeah. Right, okay, we're at where are we? Clevedon. And then stop. And then go back. Accident, blast, but death, risk of death or serious injury. So I'll throw you in there then.
I'm warning a lot.
I know, but I'll probably cut out a lot of that anyway.
Sorry, I don't know what.
She's going to be a lazy cow and stay in bed. No, I did just. So. Okay, stop laughing.
Oh, I got it.
What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Hang on, I'm recording. Basically, then he's